What if I told you that Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism are all different flavors of the seven planets? That behind every prayer, every temple, every ritual is a graha whispering its story. Let's decode the real astrological DNA of world religions and how Sanatan Dharma holds the timeless key to it all. They say religion divides us, right? But if you strip away the dogma, the rules, the rituals, what you'll find buried beneath the scriptures and stained glass windows is something far older, far more universal, not a man made institution but a cosmic instruction. What if every religion is simply a different worship pattern based on the planetary forces people lacked or lived through in their natural environment? Let's go deeper. Worship begins with where you are. The earth doesn't just give us soil to stand on, it gives us the lens through which we see the divine. If you're born in a desert, your relationship with the sun is different than someone born in the Himalayas. And this environmental contrast gave birth to the signature blend of grahas in every ancient culture's religion. Let's start with Christianity. In Europe, the harsh winters meant that the sun disappeared for months. The darkest day of the year, winter solstice, became sacred because the sun dies for 3 days and is resurrected on December 25th. Sound familiar? That's why Jesus is called the Son of God. Or is it the Son of God? His story is solar, sacrifice, rebirth, light in darkness. But the teachings, turn the other cheek, love thy neighbor, forgive them, Father, that's Venus speaking. Compassion, beauty, harmony. Let's move on to Islam. In the Middle East, the sun was a scorching force. Relief came only at night. The crescent moon dominates Islamic symbolism. Islam follows the lunar cycles, and the Kaaba is a cube, geometrically and symbolically Saturn. Saturn teaches restriction, discipline, prayer at fixed times, fasting, humility. But within that, there's also Venus. In Islam, there are special prayer days on Fridays, and they also say the word shukran to thank people. Shukra, Venus energy. So it's a combination of Moon, Saturn, and Venus energy. The Buddha's path is one of insight, inner inquiry, and letting go. Mercury rules logic, neutrality, and observation. But deeper still, Buddhism reflects Ketu, detachment from identity, from clinging, from ego, detachment from even gods, from desire itself. Insight over belief. Buddhism is a pure expression of Ketu Mercury clarity. And then we move on to Bharat. See, Bharat didn't just worship one planetary force. We mapped them all. 7 grahas, 7 days, 7 notes, 7 chakras. Because nature here was abundant. It was rich, varied. You needed Shiva for stillness, Shakti for life force, Vishnu for preservation, Hanuman for strength, Chandra for emotions, Surya for vitality, and Buddha for discernment. Sanatan isn't a belief, it's resonance. It's a recognition that to evolve, we need the full spectrum of energies. And sometimes we worship what we lack to call it in. And sometimes we worship what we are to give thanks. So, worship is a combination of longing plus recognition. A man who feels small might worship the sun for courage. A woman who feels unseen might turn to Venus for beauty and worth. A child abandoned might long for the moon for emotional safety. But a mother full of love might worship Devi not out of need but as an offering. An artist in creative flow might revere Saraswati not because he lacks her but because he's dancing with her. That's the key. Worship is both a mirror of what you need and a magnet for what you want to grow. The grahas are not planets, they are archetypes of evolution. They're the OG influencers, existing as living, vibrating archetypes inside you. Each religion anchors one or a blend of these frequencies depending on their climate, culture, and consciousness. You can see this reflected in Greek mythology, Norse mythology, Egyptian cosmology, and Native American rituals too. The grahas are global because they reflect Sanatan truths. Sanatan means eternal, not because it's old, but because it's always now. It doesn't tell you who to worship, it teaches you how to evolve. Not through conversion, but through coherence. Not through commandments, but through cosmic participation. Not beating sin, but fixing imbalance. Not through judgment, but remedy through rhythm. And this is where level flow is born. It's remembering that your body is a sacred temple. The grahas are its wiring, the elements are its circuitry, and your life is its living worship. So the next time you light a candle, say a prayer, or bow to a deity, ask yourself, am I calling back a lost part of myself? Or am I honoring what's already within me? Either way, you're not separate from the divine. You're just learning to remember its many names. And through Sanatan wisdom, you can learn to embody them all 7 of these planetary energies. Because this isn't about religion, it's about realignment. Let the 7 grahas guide you, let the 5 elements rebuild you, let level flow anchor you back home.